My name is Jim Stein. Today is Tuesday, November 8th. The time is 7:02. This is Tuesday, November 8th meeting of the Lake Balboa Neighborhood Council Recreation and Park Committee. The first thing we're going to do, welcome everybody. That's number one on the agenda. And we're going to, I'd like to make a motion to approve tonight's agenda. Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Now we're going to vote on that motion. Katie, how do you vote?
Yes, approve.
Nate, how do you vote?
Yes.
Linda Schwerin, how do you vote?
Yes.
And I vote yes, so it's 4 yeses and 0 no's. Agenda item 3. I don't have written minutes for the October meeting yet. They're on the website and you can listen to them. I haven't had the time to transcribe them yet. So that will get moved to next month. Agenda item 4, discussion and plans for recycled water in Sepulveda Basin Dog Park. The good news is that the LA Department of Water and Power Recycled Water Division and the Army Corps of Engineers have reached an agreement to cross the Purple Line, to have the Purple Line cross Bull Creek from the Tillman plant, and that's in the process of being drawn up. I wanted to invite our new Rec Park Valley supervisor to tonight's meeting, but she only took over on Monday, yesterday. And so we're going to push that out to till she has time to address the issue and to see what's going on. The Franklin Fields are in the process of submitting a proposal to have recycled water to their baseball fields. So it's going to be done. And Linda Gravani is going to speak to the Birmingham complex schools, along with the school board guy. What's his name over there? I'm sorry. I've forgotten his name right off the top of my head, but they're going to get water in there. So the project is going to be begun, and I've asked him to send information to us on what we need to do to get water, recycled water to the dog park, and which I'm hoping she will address. I've written her a long email explaining what we've been trying to do for many years. And her name, by the way, is Shaneri Stoneham, and I never heard of her before, but she's going to take over in the Valley region supervisor.
Of supervisor of what, Jim?
Over everybody over there.
Is this
She's,
for Rec and Parks or what?
in the Valley,
For Rec and Parks?
correct.
Okay, thank you.
Does anybody have any questions regarding item number 4?
Yeah, I think maybe she's replacing Chuck. What was his last name? Charles. But anyway, she's a great person for us to know.
Have you met her?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. But you know, it's only fair. She's only coming in. It's I couldn't put her on the agenda for tonight.
Yeah, no, it's great that you got her next month. That would be great. Can I throw an idea out there here though? Because with the rain.
You can throw anything out there, Mary.
Okay.
Just don't hit.
This year, I invested in artificial grass, and I researched it to death, and I got this grass that is permeable. Everything goes right through it, and it doesn't get real hot. The dogs seem to go out and lay on it in 100-degree weather. So I'm worried that we will put a lot of effort into getting the purple line, and then you know how many years I've wrestled with Recs and Parks to actually seed. It would just be frustrating if we are working with the superintendent. That would help, but it was really hard, even when they have it a budget and schedule, to get them to actually do it, which we can do, and if we have the water, there's no excuse not to. But I've been looking at all the other dog parks, and a lot of them do have artificial grass, and I think it's worth looking into, because then we don't need the reclaimed water. We just need to keep the trees hydrated. And that may be as simple as running the sprinklers to, you know, water the trees and wash off the artificial grass. I think it's an idea that we might want to look into. What do you think?
Can I make a comment? I think that since
Please.
we're on a Brown Act, Miriam can make a comment. I'm not sure how we can elaborate and reply regarding that, except to just make notes. Knowledge.
Oh,
Am I
no,
right?
I think she can, because this is on the agenda as discussion and plans for recycled water in the
I'm
situation.
not asking for any action. I'm just throwing out an idea, because you know the purple line. You know how much work. You know, you did a lot of work just to get a contact and start talking about it. It would be a long haul, and you know, I'm just suggesting this is another way to go. You know, that it would be expensive. But they are putting it into other parks. Whitnall got artificial grass. There's a NoHo dog park that somebody sent me a link to today. Said you can't go to our park because it's too muddy, but you could go to NoHo. And I had never even seen this park. So I thought, you know, I would see if, you know, we were interested in kind of getting numbers and finding a city contractor, because I think they've hired the one in Las Feliz. I know they hired Canine Grass to put it in. So you know, considering we have almost 7 acres, but a fraction of that would actually be considered artificial grass. And I was always really anti-artificial grass before, because of the drought, because I'm so impressed with my backyard now. I don't have mud all over my patio. It sucks the water in. And the technology now is cooler. It's not that hot artificial grass that dogs can't walk on. So it's just an idea, and I could look into getting numbers and food for thought.
Well, hopefully, next month, she will be prepared to speak to us about that, because I know there's two things. There's two things about artificial grass. You put it in so you know it's expensive. And then the other thing is it gets, the way it attaches is with little clips. And
Nails. They use nails in my backyard, like 6-inch nails.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's.
I didn't
like
want to
you
bring
said,
it up in front of anyone, like with the city or official, because I don't want to take away the momentum on the Purple Line at all. But you know, I just thought today, I was so happy with my backyard now that I would throw it in the hat.
Well, let's get her to a meeting and find out what she thinks. Okay.
Okay, and I could find a contractor that works with the city. She gave me one company name, and
Oh, okay.
we could kind of get a ballpark.
All right. Jennifer, you have your hand up.
Hey, yeah, I just, I think it's an interesting idea, Miriam. What I would recommend, besides numbers, I think I don't know what kind of grass you're talking about, but I think I would recommend getting some kind of environmental impact related to the ambient temperature of the zone that you're talking about and how that would impact the area. And then the other thing I would recommend is, finding out about cleaning it, because I know I have one strip of artificial turf for my dog, and you have to use an enzymatic cleanser in order to get the smell out. And in the hot of summer, if you're not regularly cleaning it, it smells horrible. And I have just one dog. So I would just recommend asking those questions of the contractor, but also getting an individual assessment on the environmental impact of using whatever turf you're talking about.
Well, that they have that at many dog parks already, and
I get it. I just
that
because
already exists.
Yeah, and I get that, but just because another area does it doesn't mean that it's right for our community, and I want to make sure we're making the best decisions. So that's just, we have one of the biggest dog parks in LA. So it's a big consideration when we're talking about our climate in the valley and the air. Maybe it's not all of it. Maybe it's just the small dog area, whatever we're talking about. And then also the cleaning of it, regular cleaning.
Right, and that's why I researched it to death. I'm not arguing against it. We should have that. But what I wound up with, my dogs could lay on in 100-degree weather. And it's permeable, which means all the pee and everything goes through it. It's still, it'd still be good to
Hello?
keep sprinklers on
Hey, this is Paris, location.
and then find out how it works in other parks. They do have to wet it down and but you're right, and I will talk to the contractor and I will ask about that. Rex and Parks will actually have some experience with this as well.
Okay, thank you. Linda Schwerin.
No, I think that's fine. I was just going to suggest that we've explored what we can on this particular topic, and maybe we could go on to the next item.
Okay,
We can. I'd just like to say one other thing.
okay.
The dust at the park, I don't feel like it's healthy for my older dogs anymore. I don't think it's healthy for me. The pipes are breaking. I don't think they're watering the trees. They're not seeding. So it's this would be 100% better than what we live with over there right now.
Okay, thank you.
Okay,
I'm
I'm gonna mute myself.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm muting myself.
Oh, thank you. We're moving on to agenda item number 5, discussion and assignment plans for the Jesse Owens grand opening event. It's raining. I can't believe it. It's raining. Hopefully that stops. I didn't think that would be a problem, but I've been by there and they're doing such great work. And those of you who live by there certainly know it. I've talked with the folks that I know to tell them, that the plans we had for the earlier opening are basically the same thing, only moved up a month or moved out a month. And I got a hold of my brother-in-law who's got a truck, and my back has gotten really, really bad, and he's going to come over and help and do what we can on the Friday before. And we're going to open up on it's going to open at 11, and so we want to be there like 10 or so. I want to find out from Ralph's and find out how soon I can buy that that water from them. And Linda Schwerin mentioned, and this is a good point, I doubt very much people will stay that late, but the hours have changed. The clocks changed, and so like at 5 o'clock, it says 11 to 5. 5 o'clock is probably going to be a little too late. Does anybody want to add anything to our discussion and assignment plans?
Yes.
Okay, please do. Linda
Okay.
Schwerin.
Jim, are you going to send out an email to any of us and additionals who volunteered to do legwork, set up work booths, etc.?
I'm going to do that, and if anybody can't do it, for some reason, if something came up in that 1 month time, then we'll know that and we'll replace them or whatever. That's why I asked my brother-in-law. He's older than I am, but he's bigger and stronger, and he's got a truck.
Okay, so then we can look forward to an email that's got like some kind of schedule for volunteers.
I'm
So
gonna-
that,
Yeah,
oh, great. Okay.
I'm gonna do that. Nate,
I should
Yeah,
take,
and Jennifer could probably add some more color to this, but we do have 15 volunteers that have responded through various social media. 10 volunteers from 10 to 12, and then another 5 from 11 to 1 folks from the community that have responded to the posting for volunteers. So, Jim, it's not all up to you and your brother-in-law. There's certainly a bunch of people that are willing to jump in and help.
it's really good to know, and I do appreciate it. I struggle to get around the house anymore. I'm pretty good for about an hour in the morning. And I'm okay if I'm sitting down or lying down. But if I have to walk, it's really ugly. But I have to say this, I get a feeling it's going to just be a fabulous event. I went by there in my little scooter, which is actually my wife's scooter, and drove around the other day when they were working, and I saw Wayne there, and they were working and doing things, and I took some pictures which were posted on our website. And I told Wayne, I said, Wayne, I think you guys are doing a great job, and I want to say this. I said, I'm glad we waited. It seems that, it's going to be just really, really neat, really fabulous. We don't have very many children on our block. I think we have 2, and they live right next to me, and they're going to be there, and they come over every day and knock on the door. Is it open yet? Is it open yet?
Yeah, there was a young man at the park, Jim, and I had gone over to him, and he was just sitting there waiting for his girlfriend, and he thought I was going to ask him, I was going to kick him out of the park for some reason. And I said, hey, there's a great event coming up, and was telling him all the exciting things that were happening. And he's a young artist, and, was interested in the mural and different things like that. So, we've got more people coming, and everybody I see on the street, I tell about, in the neighborhood, tell them about the opening, and people are excited, and they know about it, and they see the playground and all the work happening. So, I would say the excitement in the community is definitely there.
That's great. Ramon gets a hold of me every week, sometimes every day, and he's looking into the wall. And I never really noticed this before, but the wall is actually starts to the north of a very low embankment. Well, it appears that the embankment belongs to the city, and the wall belongs to that business owner. But he's going to check into that, and because what he would want to do is raise the height of it, to maybe 8 feet, and the lights and the fence, it's possibly the fence might go in sooner. They were out there the other day with a, with a, what are those things that go around with a wheel so they can measure? I've forgotten. Anyway, and I think they were measuring to see where they might put that fence, and if they were to put that fence in sooner. Things are moving along really good. This little unbelievable spurt of rain kind of slowed them down a bit. I know they went out there and covered up the hole where the drinking fountain's going to be, because they didn't want that to fill up with water. Hey, Jennifer, you had your hand up.
Hey, yeah, so right now I do have about 15 people starting at about 10 a.m. to help out with anything and everything at the park. I have a couple of people also that signed up for Friday afternoon to kind of, for us as a community, walk in the immediate area of the, around the block, to give out some other last minute neighborhood flyers to those areas to remind them. Also, I just wanted to mention, they covered up that area, which was a big pit where that drinking fountain would be, and they put a canopy over it. I didn't go by there today because it was just so miserable, and I was by there this morning. But the canopy, I want to let you know, that has graffiti on it. It was graffitied when they put it up. That was not our park visitors that graffitied that canopy. It was already done. I don't know what that is, but that's just how it was. So please let them know that we appreciate their hard work. I go by there when it isn't downpouring, and I do tell them thank you, and they're working hard. And they were supposed to be putting grass in yesterday and today. It's too bad that the rain wasn't like tomorrow, because that would have helped. But the community is really, really excited. They want to help. They want to do whatever we need to do to make sure this event is awesome. I even have a volunteer that wants to do face painting for the children. So we've got a lot of people that want to, just help out, whether it's putting up tents, assembling your little garbage boxes, Jim. I know that was one of the things you wanted help with. So you've got, people of all ages, teenagers, adults. They can help you, with anything that you need. And we're just going to keep getting more volunteer support as well. And I think the only other thing, the question that I keep having and I'm trying to figure out, is how can we get a PA system? Because I've asked everybody in my community if anyone has a PA system that we can plug in to use to make announcements, to do all the stuff for our drawings, that kind of stuff. And I don't know if anybody at CD6 has one, but I'm desperately looking for one still, even if it's like a big karaoke machine.
Liana, can you answer that question?
Sorry about that. I was away. What was the question?
About a PA system for the event?
We could definitely look into that. I imagine that AAA could probably provide that.
Thank you.
That would be awesome, because I've asked literally several hundred people in my community, and I keep asking.
Thank you. Linda Schwerin, you're next.
Thank you. Since Viana is here, and I know we have Viana listed on our meeting tonight, Jonah was not able to come. Am I correct?
Yes, he had a conflict, unfortunately.
Okay. Well, I would just like to ask a quick question, and that would be if there's any update with regard to the park permit for the event date.
I just received an email from Ramon, and Jonah actually just took a call with him today as well to go over the permit. And here, let me just double check the notes on that. I know that everything is going fine. Let's see. Yeah, I think from the conversation that Jonah had today, they should have the permit within a week. But otherwise, everything is submitted about the same as it was before, and we'll be sure to expedite it as much as possible and get the permit copy over to you all.
Great.
Thank you. Miriam? Did you want to speak? Are you muted?
Sorry. I have 2 Explorers if you need to move anything.
Okay, everybody.
I have a 97 and a 2010 that I use for the dog, so it, just let me know.
Well, thank you very much. That's very good of you all.
On a good day, my
I'll-
back's okay.
I'll
I don't know for how long, but
I'll put that in my email. I'll put you on my email list. Well, thank you very much, everybody. And let's see. Item number 6, public comments. Please advise us if you are a registered lobbyist. We cannot comment on your public comments, but we're happy to listen to them and we're making note of them. Anybody have any public comments? We have a guest with us tonight. Did you stay for a public comment? Okay, Miriam, you have a public comment?
I'm sorry, I had a dog noise. Did you have any question?
What, did the dog have a public comment?
Your hand's up, Miriam.
What's that? I don't have a comment. If that's what you're asking.
Okay, no public
That's for
comments.
before.
I'm gonna move on to item number 7. Board members and neighborhood watch block captains, thank you for all you do for our community. Item number 8. I'm going to now adjourn the meeting and thank you very much. Have a good evening.
And what time is it?
At 7:35.
That's a record. Thank you, Jim.
Wow.
Good night,
Thank you.
everyone.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Great.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.